When they heard these prices, even the cows rebelled. In fact, they even stopped eating grass, and the cows who wanted to support their husbands decided not to give milk anymore. But wait, here's the real bombshell. The cows announced that they would only produce 1 cup of milk from now on, and that they wanted to be appreciated. They are so angry about this injustice that they even claim to see their friends, whose bones ache in their graves, in their dreams. Ah, wait a minute. What the heck is that? Are the bones also in this man's hands? Imagine, you can buy a small farm for just 1 piece of meat you would eat at a restaurant. Moreover, not only the prices, but also the events happening within the restaurants are quite controversial. The reactions from customers, the complaints from employees, and the rapidly declining profit margins indicate that Salt Bae's gold-plated empire is starting to crack. So how did this decline begin? Restaurants are empty, and so are the cash registers. Salt Bae, whose real name is Nusret Gökçe, became internationally famous in 2017 with the viral Salt Bae move on social media. However, as of 2024, things are not going as they used to. According to news sources, he had to close 3 of his restaurants in New York in the last 2 years. One of these was Salt Bae Burger, which opened with great hopes, but high prices and poor reviews led to the restaurant's closure. The restaurant in London also experienced a similar decline. In 2023, profits fell by 31%, and the restaurant's revenue dropped from £3.3 million to £1.7 million. Interestingly, while this decline occurred, the restaurant restricted some services instead of lowering the prices charged to customers. It was even claimed that the restaurant turned off the heating, leaving its employees in the cold. So how do customers react to this experience? According to reviews on platforms like TripAdvisor, Salt Bae's restaurants receive extremely low ratings. Its branch in London ranks only 2,375th among 14,570 restaurants. In a customer review, they said, "We had a $630 tomahawk steak, but the restaurant was so cold that we didn't take off our coats to avoid getting cold." Why are customers complaining? If you are paying a fortune to a restaurant, at the very least, your expectation would be top-notch service and a delicious meal, right? However, the reviews indicate the exact opposite. Here are some examples. The atmosphere is very ordinary, and the food definitely doesn't justify the price. The taste of the meat they served us was no different from an ordinary meat restaurant. If you're going there just for social media, that's fine. But if you're going for the food, it's a waste of your money. It is said that especially the restaurants have very poor price-performance ratios. A $700 steak, a $50,000 bottle of wine. Such prices create high expectations, but unfortunately, customers end up disappointed. What are employees saying? It doesn't seem easy to work in Salt Bae's restaurants either. According to a study conducted by Business Insider, some former employees claimed that they face challenging working conditions and discrimination in Salt Bae's restaurants. Some of the prominent claims were as follows: non-payment of employees' overtime wages, not giving tips, or giving them insufficiently. Allegations have been made about female employees being faced with a dress code requirement. The real bombshell was that these claims could actually be true. Well, the news that laid this out for us and eliminated the possibilities and doubts was this. A waiter working in New York claimed that he did not receive overtime pay, took the matter to court, and won a compensation of $230,000. They were not just rebellious animals, and the winning of this case strengthened the possibility that many claims could be true. Social media and popularity are also declining. Salt Bae's career skyrocketed after going viral on social media. However, recently the engagement rates on his social media accounts have been rapidly declining. In the last 6 months of 2023, he gained only 300,000 new followers on Instagram, which is quite low compared to his previous growth rate. Moreover, most of his followers are now commenting to criticize instead of support. Here are a few examples. "I don't understand who fills their restaurants with these prices." One other is, "The best way to throw money away is to go here, I guess. You can rent a car for the price of a hamburger." Comments like these came in. The main criticism came after this post. He shared a bill of $398,375 paid at his restaurant in London on Instagram, writing, "Money comes, money goes." The content of this dish was like a complete parody of luxury. 3 gold-covered steaks, $1,388. Giant golden tomahawk steak, $1,361. 2 bottles bottles of Chateau Petrus 2009 wine, $53,900, and the most striking detail, a $24,500 tip. Honestly, I wouldn't say no to a $24,500 tip either. What do you think? The reactions were swift. One user commented, "What is disgusting is that he is boasting about it." Another person said, "This bill could have fed 100,000 hungry children." Salt Bae is such an insensitive display of luxury completely changed the public's perception of him. Now I will show you what can be done with this money, and I will illustrate it very well. It will surely catch your interest. At least it will provide a perspective. In the USA, cattle prices vary depending on many factors, but generally the price of a beef cattle ranges between $1,500 and $2,500. When calculated at an average of $1,800, it is possible to buy approximately 220 to 225 cattle with $398,375. So with the money spent on a dinner at Nusret, a huge farm could be established. So do you think it's more sensible to spend that much money on a meal consumed in a few hours or to establish a farm? The gap between people's earnings seems like it will always be a hot topic. It doesn't seem like it won't be a hit. Look at these numbers and the event that accelerated Salt Bae's downfall, the 2022 World Cup scandal. In the final match where Argentina became the champion, Salt Bae somehow managed to enter the field and tried to take a photo by tugging on Messi's arm. Going even further, he took the World Cup trophy, which only the winning players and heads of state have the right to touch, and kissed it. FIFA immediately intervened in the situation. The FIFA president stopped following Salt Bae on Instagram. FIFA has launched an investigation into how he entered the tournament venue. What Salt Bae said in an interview in 2024 made the situation even worse. 2 billion people watched the World Cup, but 5 billion people are talking about me. This is the biggest proof of why Salt Bae is on the decline. He doesn't understand the difference between fame and infamy, or there is no good or bad advertisement. It might be acting based on the equation. What do you think? What will happen to Salt Bae's future? Salt Bae is still making growth plans. He announced that he would open a new $100 million complex in Dubai at the beginning of 2024. However, the constant closures of his restaurants and the decline on social media raised significant doubts about the success of this investment. Additionally, since the restaurants are based on a luxurious and excessively expensive concept, they may lose even more customers as economic difficulties increase. People are no longer going to these restaurants just for the show. They are looking for truly delicious and valuable meals. So what do you think? Will Salt Bae's restaurant empire survive, or is it the end for gold-coated meats? Share your thoughts in the comments. The Casper channel has reached this information, so what do you know? Let us know in the comments. If you've watched this video up to this point, I think you enjoyed the content. Then a small reminder for you, if you haven't subscribed yet, you can subscribe to our channel right now by pressing that red button. Additionally, by liking the video, you can ensure that more content of this kind comes your way. The YouTube algorithm recommends liked videos to more people, which helps us grow. So, with just one like, you are actually giving us great support. If you want to share your thoughts, the comments section is always open. Your thoughts are important to us. So subscribe, like the video, and don't forget to turn on notifications for new content.